I'm in Chepstow in South Wales for FearFest. I've heard that there's a haunted rail track, and I'm going to be going down there. Let's find out what's going to happen. So they've handed out these luminous spans, and I'm waiting for them to call out my name. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. I won't be able to film on the actual tour itself, but I will be giving you, like always, the review afterwards. All I know, it involves a railway track, a quarry, and even there might be caves involved, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. Close to the beginning part where you actually get your tickets, they've got this massive screen in the background, which is, they must be doing some kind of like horror movie nights and things, which is quite cool. It's almost like an American drive-through. So what do I have in store tonight?
Well, a few surprises, obviously. We wouldn't want to give everything away. The route takes place on a disused rail track, so you're walking along a disused rail track. We have various zones that you'll go through with lots of scares and surprises, and lots of jumps, lots of fun, bit of gore, bit of blood, and a good time for everybody who likes a bit of Halloween jumping, really.
What's the ratio of people that don't actually make it back alive?
So we haven't eaten anyone yet, but there is a pig on the spit for later.
Sounds good. Now, I've been looking around at a lot of the props and a lot of the things that they've been putting around, but what I have noticed is that on each of the tables they've got these little books. And I was thinking, what is this book? And I had a look through it. They're Bibles. What does this mean? This means that I'm starting to get worried. This could get serious. So the only thing I've noticed is that there isn't any characters around. Excuse me, sorry. So there's no characters that I've seen. What the hell is this? Where is
No
it?
characters. I'll show you characters. Move it.
Excuse me, I've got to get outside. Oh no. I just had a thought about these things. Have you seen the movie The Running Man? If I start hearing this beeping, I'm going to freak out. Hopefully by the end of the event I won't be shaken or stirred. Atomic batteries to power, turbines to speed. So you're a makeup artist for FearFest. So what's happening over here?
Gelatine to apply to the face to make wounds, blisters, scars, and a blood around the edges and darker tones to make it look more realistic.
So what actually happened? You fall down the cliff, or what happened?
No. I picked up the brother's missus and he didn't take kindly to it.
It's always a dangerous thing.
It's never a good thing, is it?
Has Steve Ago been here? So we're both in the same group. What are you expecting tonight?
Just a bit of fun, good laugh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you usually go out looking for ghosts and monsters for a laugh?
Actually, we have done in the past. We've done some paranormal investigating in the past.
Okay, it's good to have a person like that on the team. It might increase our chances of survival. So are you going to be taking us through to the...
Who knows, sir?
I better go. See you later. Oh, he's coming. My group has just been called, so we're going through now, and I have no idea what to expect. The ninja's there. He's about to get us through. Wish us luck. Maybe not. Okay, we're going through. I'll let you know what happens on the other side. So I've just survived the event. Incredible. I loved it so much. It starts with you walking up this area, and you go and meet a ghostly worker who used to work on the train tracks, and he warns you that in 1958 there was like a big torrential storm that washed everything away and killed loads of people, and he warns you not to follow any of the ghostly figures. He opens this door, we go through, and we are attacked instantly by zombies as we're going through a graveyard type of thing. We carry on walking through the train tracks, and we meet some kind of like ghostly lady who her lips have been sewn up, and she kind of like tells us to go through this tunnel. You go through the tunnel, crawling through, and you end up in this abandoned village, which looks like it had been overrun with zombies at one point. The only refuge is in this old little house that belongs to this old little lady in a wheelchair, and her daughter is like locked up in the corner, and she throws her potty at one of the guys in our group, and he was covered in Then we go into another room, and then there was a chef who threw like blooded body part stew or something at someone, which was really funny. Then we got into another room, and the only escape was to actually escape through the sewers, and that was like, oh my god. We went through the sewers, we got out, carried on going down the train tracks where monsters were coming after us. We met a guy who was like warning us about the creatures, and they were only scared of fire and things. One guy just sneaked up behind me, I didn't even see him. And we got through to another bit. We had to go through this ghostly figure, told us to go through these like a forest of dolls. We got through that, and then there was this section where you had to walk through, and there was barbed wire on each side, and we couldn't use the torch at that point. And I was the one that was in control of the torch. There was one torch for the entire group, about 15 people, and I was like using it to help people see where the steps were and stuff. Couldn't use a torch in that section, and went through, and there were just moments where you couldn't see literally anything, and people were jumping out at you. It was amazing. You carried on going, and there were other parts that you had to go through, and there were like more crawl spaces, and the crawl spaces were getting smaller and smaller, and it was really claustrophobic, and it was just amazing. And when you get to the end, you got two choices. You can either take the minibus back down the mountain, or you can use the zip line. I wasn't brave enough to use the zip line, but I took the minibus, and to my surprise, there was another scare there, which was wicked. I loved the whole thing so much. It was wicked. And you know what? I would pay extra to dare myself to do that alone. Wow. That would really scare anyone. Overall, fantastic event. Now I'm thinking of having a drink to settle my nerves. Of course, this is a candle. So what better way to end the night than with an eyeball punch? Now I've heard it's quite a knockout. I hope no one takes advantage of me. Cheers. Overall, I had a fantastic time. Absolutely amazing, and I recommend it to anyone. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of Road Trip to Hell. In the meantime, guys, can anyone let me out of this? Guys? Help! Help!